My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. I worked at IRS for over a decade. I have been working outside as representation for 4 decades. I've worked over 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. Welcome to my YouTube video. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. People don't like to take a long time listening to everyone's crap, so I want to give you enough information so this becomes educational and informative. And you can always call me for representation or a consultation. You know, recently I was just on 3 or 4 news stations about IRS and IRS audit and everything that's really going on. So today I'm just going to give you a little summary about how you don't get audits, staying away from IRS audits. And there's just a couple things I want to tell you. A is, number one, make sure you file a clean tax return. If you do, you have nothing to go ahead and worry about. IRS audits people mostly because of a DIF score, a discriminatory index function score. What that means is the computer went ahead and ran its algorithms through every tax return, and it kicks up flags that says, these have fallen outside the national standard. When you have more flags, IRS is going to kick your return out for audit. So when you're preparing the return, whoever prepares your return, you need to ask that person, does this return make sense? IRS, and there's not a human being that picks your return out for audit. The computer does. And the computer is programmed. So let me give you a basic idea of how the IRS would kick a return out. Let's say you have home interest deduction of $8,000 and you're claiming $19,000. Well, what's going to happen? You're falling out of the IRS standard. So boom, one flag goes up, and that one flag causes that score to go up. And IRS is going to add up all these flags, and if you're well above national averages, then boom, you're going to get probably an IRS nastogram for audit. So how do you stay away from audits? Okay, just file a clean return, and your CPA or your tax preparer should know what that clean return looks like. You don't want to end everything in zeros. You don't want to go ahead and be taking credits you shouldn't take. So you basically want to go ahead and make sure your tax returns are falling within these national norms. What are the national norms? Well, nobody really knows the norms, but as former IRS agents, when we look at returns, we kind of know what IRS is going to pull and what not pull, because we've looked at thousands and thousands and thousands of tax returns. And if you file a clean return, you have nothing to worry about anyway. So just make sure everything, by the way, it's okay to file an aggressive return, but if you get too aggressive and you're going to file too far out of these national averages and norms, then you're going to have something to worry about. So if you want to sleep at night, just make sure your tax return makes sense. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Does it make sense? And other thing is, make sure you have a good tax preparer. Former IRS agents are the best because they know the standards, they know the norms. CPAs do an excellent job, and enrolled agents. Anyway, if you need any help, you ever worried, call me. By the way, I try to give you the information you need. If you have a question for me, or you want to say, Michael, speak a YouTube on this, I'll go ahead and do that. If you'd go ahead and give me a subscription, there's a bell down there. I'd appreciate it. YouTube values these subscriptions. It thinks your YouTubes are better than other people. So if the information I gave you was helpful, I would appreciate one. You can always follow me. Thank you very much. Remember, if you file a clean return, you'll always sleep at night and you have nothing to worry about. Thank you.